so fascinating. We did not realize that after this convergence, there would be such an intense time. I wouldn't say cocooning and integrating, not like I don't feel like we're frozen still, but we're definitely turning a little bit more inward into our own essence. And we're experiencing a beautiful reconfiguration and sort of a reordering of certain parts of our body. Really, honestly, physically, I think is at the forefront. Welcome to Activations with JJ Ascension Message. In today's episode, we'll be following up on some of the September monthly energy update themes, including the idea of bringing ourselves into balance, as well as the template of the Divine Family. I'll finish today's episode with a transmission from the Family of Light as they bring additional information around the violet plasmic energy assisting our ascension process at this time. These are lots of exciting themes to cover, and I can't wait to dive in, so let's get going. Greetings, beautiful souls. Ooh, I guess part of me wanted to come through with a song today. How fun. Oh, lots of songs coming. Ooh, lots of song lines coming. Ooh, every time I go out in nature, it's like I'm wanting to sing. And this is so connected to the podcast I did about sonic grid work. I don't know how many of you are experiencing like just songs coming out, just coming out. This is why I love doing my light language quantum leap course that we're in right now, because we are exploring song. We are exploring using our singing. And it goes right back to one of my very original roles I played. I've worn many hats in my human existence this lifetime. I was a vocal coach, so it's really funny to see everything come full circle. We're here to do a few things. It's really just a check-in. How's everybody holding up? We're still in a bit of a cocoon phase. I've had many friends that have felt the same way. We're exchanging information all the time. We're like, wow, this is so fascinating. We did not realize that after this convergence, there would be such an intense time. I wouldn't say cocooning and integrating, not like I don't feel like we're frozen still, but we're definitely turning a little bit more inward into our own essence. And we're experiencing a beautiful reconfiguration and sort of a reordering of certain parts of our body. Really, honestly, physically, I think is at the forefront. And physically, just accepting this different sensations, different reactions from our body to foods, for instance. So if you are in that same boat, I'd like to come forward today and just talk a little bit about the balance piece that we were mentioning in that first energy update for September. This is really a follow-up for that. So taking a moment, just sitting with your body for this little time period, maybe placing your hand on your heart space. You can place another hand on your belly. Just sitting with the idea of balance, bringing in equilibrium. We are almost to the equinox. We're almost there. And your body is feeling it. The equinox will really support the landing of this sense of balance. And as we move forward in the coming months, just because of the great shifts and changes that are going to be emerging on the planet and coming forward on the planet, we are going to need this sense of balance. We are going to find solace and peace in it. We are going to feel empowered in this place of balance. So many of us have, over the last several years, been called to step back from our participation in regular society. Whether, you literally live off grid or you just left corporate, for instance, or moved. But we are slowly but surely being called to step back in, not in the same way, but still weave our frequencies back into the larger collective by stepping into positions of stewardship. And I say stewardship purposefully because leadership is something we're releasing. And this is connected to my podcast a little bit ago about the power of our vocabulary and our words. My friend Anna from Sacred Initiation Journey said one day, she said, what was it? She said she was tuning in to an offering and we were talking about mentor. She was saying facilitator. And her guys were like, nope, you're not even the facilitator anymore. They're like releasing all the words. Like, how do we do this? How do we even say things? It's like, we just say it in light language. But that wasn't the most accurate word she could use because we've kind of released mentor because mentor implies like above and below almost, but it's a co-creation. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. It's funny because there's no attachment to anything. Like there's no attachment to a teacher and a student. The problem that was existing in the collective psyche was an attachment to a teacher and a student like template, guru and followers template. There's nothing wrong with the idea of a guru and followers from a different framework. And I know that might rub some people the wrong way, but I was corrected by my guides because I kept saying, we're not doing this anymore. We're done. They're like, well, that's not really multidimensionality. Multidimensionality is comfort in all templates, in all formats of co-creation. Because if you look at it, if you are truly sitting in the frequency of unity consciousness, when you go into your quote unquote roles, say there's a teacher and students, the teacher sees themselves in the students and the students see themselves in the teacher. And it's a completely different experience. So that's the idea of it. But as we are stepping, maybe integrating ourselves a little bit back into society a little more because we're bridges. We would not be here on this planet at this time if we were not contracted to be a sort of a bridge, a frequency bridge. And our frequencies are being invited to be woven back in to the fabric of some places that might have been a little uncomfortable for us before. But now we've gotten some clarity. We've realigned some things. We've brought some things into harmony. And we're very comfortable in our divinity, in our missions, in our sovereignty. And we are going to show up in a different way than we ever have before. We're showing up in our mastery. This is something that came forward in the Mount Shasta conference, showing up in our mastery. And as a reminder, if you didn't attend the conference in August, we do have a whole portal. There are some select playbacks from the conference. A lot of what happened on the conference was something that couldn't be recorded, like on a mountain, but there are select playbacks as well as reflections, follow-up practices and activities that you can experience the frequencies of what happened there. And all of us participated in it in some way, shape, or form because what happened there was just a small example of what was happening on a big scale. It might help you unpack certain things, give you clarity on certain things. So that playback portal is now available and you can find out about it through the link below. But back to what I was saying, post-convergence, pre-equinox, we are gaining our bearings. North, south, east, and west are no longer the same north, south, east, and west we used to have. Okay, our compass, our inner compass has shifted to align itself with a new phase. And I keep hearing right now, as I'm saying this, they're saying a new phase of completion, a phase of completion. This is a phase of great completion across many, many aspects of our society. Things are coming to an end and things are being birthed out of the endings. And when there is an ending of something and a stepping away from something, there's a stepping into something. Many people are stepping away. Who's filling that vacuum? Those showing up in their mastery. I've had a lot of people mention to me lately and remind me about the fact that I had said, I was like a couple months ago, I would say summer 2024, the councils are coming, the councils are coming. And there would be people be like, when are you going to do those council offerings? Listen, I have to gauge what I do based on what the collective energy and frequency wants. It's not quite ready yet. It's coming, but it's not quite ready yet. This is part of it, though. So as you really digest what is coming forward in this podcast, not just what I'm saying out of my mouth, there's energy I'm holding right now. I can feel it. You are ready. I'm hearing it loud and clear. You are ready. I've channeled that a few times lately too. I've been hearing them say, you are ready. You are ready. You are ready. Take a deep breath. And guess what I'm noticing right now? Normally when I say you are ready, in the past, I've felt a big burden, like a big sense of overwhelm. It's like, oh gosh, this is a big job. I don't know if I can do it. I feel that energy literally coming from the people hearing what I'm saying. This time, I don't feel that. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That means we are releasing those programs of overwhelm. We're standing in our power, and we are actually on the other side of holding like this frequency of fear of our power, right? So we're no longer fearing our own power. And so it is. We are no longer fearing our own power. And so it is. So be it. Are you on board with that? Just say it. I am no longer afraid of my own power. What is there to be afraid of? I don't know how, but this is where I'm ready to go into this divine family template. They're like, okay, next one, next. This one's feels complicated to me. I keep getting, I like need to tap my chest right now, because whenever I'm talking about the divine family template, even the word family has been, I won't say tainted, but I guess that's the best word, like a little bit distorted. The word family has been distorted. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Ooh, I felt that in my shoulders. So this is why this is why every time I say divine family template, I feel a tight tension. And they're like, just keep going. It will dissipate, because we're redefining the word family. That's why I think the group that I'm about to bring through called themselves Family of Light. It was like a council of ascended masters, ascended ladies, all kinds of energies. They don't all have to be defined through like a feminine or masculine, but there's just this ascended beings in this family of light. And I think that's why they said Family of Light. Some of you might remember back in 2023, when I was doing my monthly soul family gatherings, I did 4 or 5 a month before I had my starseed gridwork community. And I was doing Galactic Federation of Light gatherings. And then they asked me to change the name to Galactic Family of Light. There's something about that. We were re-encoding the name family. So I like to sit with this idea of the divine family template. And all I want you to do is think of the Trinity, the idea of a Trinity, because this divine family template is a genetic set of codex, that is based in threes. we can talk about it with the word family, but because our word family automatically takes our framework of like parents and child, and they're like, no, 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 no. It's way beyond that. Now, if you haven't already listened to my September channeled message about the Divine Family Template, make sure you go listen to it because they actually reframe a lot of things too. And I'm not going to repeat all that right now. But what I am being shown for you to lean into as we revisit this topic that came forward at the September monthly energy update is I'm just seeing triangles in almost overlapping triangles in some sort of geometric, multidimensional figure being anchored into our DNA. And you know what? That's what happened in the channeled message because they did a whole bunch of light language at the end. So now I'm realizing they're like, okay, go back and remember that. Maybe we should re-listen to it. Those light codes, those specific light codes. I'll add the link here below if you need to find it quickly. Okay, so beyond that though, what else is being dropped in? It's all visual. Some of you will see it with your third eye. Some of you will make a shape with your hand right now. So this is going to come through for you in this very now moment as to anchor in through sound, and to anchor in visually into your third eye, to anchor in through your hand. I'm just leaving it open-ended. Allow yourself to receive the Divine Family Template and its the word true meaning isn't right, and I can't figure out what word needs to come in besides true meaning. The Divine Family Template in its purity, in its most undistorted form, as embodied by the Holy Trinity. Creator, creatrix, and eternal child. He nai I definitely wants to come through song. You may have a song come in right now. If you do, just sing it. Yes, 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 yes. Don't be afraid to let that song come forward. It's also how I know I'm done with my part because I started with the song and now I'm ending my piece with the song and I'm transitioning into this channeled message from the family of light about the violet plasmic energy. It's all intertwined. Sometimes I'm like, what? This feels so out there. They're like, no, everything we're talking about is connected. Now, if you remember the family of light in their channeled message about the violet plasmic ray, they talked about reconnecting the root and the crown, and the caduceus was what came in. And so then I saw in my mind's eye like a violet red. I don't know how many of you have been noticing a violet red in your awareness, but this violet red energy. So I'd like to just add a little bit of music to support this channeled message right now. And I need to stretch my body before I go fully into it. You can place your hands on your lap with your palms facing up to receive. And some of you might need to tap on your crown and wiggle your lower body a little bit just to get into a place and a space physically that will be able to receive in the most aligned way for you. Greetings. Greetings, beautiful, divine beings of light. We are your family, and we use that term very intentionally. We are a family, and we are your family. And we are all fractals of source love and source light. We are all one, part of the one, parts, fractals, and the one. We are all form and formlessness, expressed in infinite octaves, frequencies, and notes. Do you understand that there are infinite frequencies? Infinite, limitless. This is your divine inheritance. And as we come forward with our message to follow up on our previous transmission, we simply wish to bring forward an expanded and enhanced version of the violet plasmic energy, a sister energy, you might say, to the violet flame and the violet ray, with which many of you are very familiar. And we wish to share with you that this frequency, the violet plasma, is an even more refined version of those frequencies, and is coming forward and being offered to humanity at this time because their physical bodies are now more capable of holding this frequency in a way that is comfortable. We invite you to begin by toning, by allowing yourself to take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, vocalizing a sound and holding it as long as you can. Some of you may also wish to buzz, to make a buzzing sound, which will be conducive to the further anchoring of this plasmic energy into your light body systems. Your body now has an enhanced capacity to flow plasmic energy in and around your entire field and through all layers of your physicality. Some of you may feel called to connect with an amethyst crystal at this time, one that may be in your vicinity. And we advise you to move your body ever so gently instead of staying completely still, as this plasmic energy is infused into your field. Many of you may begin to feel a sensation that reminds you of a past life in Lemuria. And some of you may even have remembrance of Lemurian lifetimes throughout this infusion of plasmic energy. And this is because that is a time period where the human vessel was capable of holding these same frequencies. Yes. We come back to a similar place and a similar feeling. And we sense a bit of curiosity on your part. We sense a feeling of wonder and a little bit of unsurety, because this is not as familiar yet. But we assure you that this frequency will serve you and the collective in unifying all the parts of your body. For as you call in unity, consciousness, and peace on the planet for all peoples and all collectives and all countries, you are simultaneously bringing unity consciousness into your own body, into all the parts of your body, harmonizing all systems, all layers of density, levels of density. All your multidimensionality is coming into union. And holding this beautiful violet plasmic energy within your field is calibrating Gaia for a further infusion of this same energy into all parts of her body, and specifically her light body. And you may understand then that you are doing grid work as we speak. For your human vessels are creating a grid across the planet, each and every person listening to this. And you may see that in your mind's eye. An immense network of violet plasmic energy activated on the planet. We wish to express our gratitude for your willingness to embody this exquisite energy. And we bring our message to completion. Thank you. This is JJ. I'd like to take a moment now as we bring that to close and invite you to slowly and gently ground back into your body. Beautiful messages, lots to digest. I'm very excited for you to ponder what was said. And I know many of you are also creators, teachers. You are also providing messages for the collective in lots of ways. And I would love to hear in the comments below, or however you are able to co-create. I would love to hear any additional information that you received after listening to that message, for I feel that there is quite a lot that came through in between the spaces and in the pauses. That being said, it's time to wrap up the podcast. Thank you so much for this little mid-September check-in, or whenever you listen to it. If you were called to listen to it 3 years later, it's what you needed, right? So grateful for each and every one of you. Here's to continuing to anchor in this balance. Here's to receiving the beautiful Divine Family template, and also receiving this exquisite violet plasmic energy for our greatest and highest good. I'm sending you so much love and reminding you that I am you and you are me and we are we. Until next time, we are complete, and so it is.